Brainy Dose presents Why We Yearn for the Past, the Nostalgia Glitch. Have you ever noticed how an old song can suddenly hit harder than anything new? Or how a random smell, a place, a photo, can instantly transport you years back? Sometimes even the most ordinary memories, moments that felt completely average at the time, now seem golden dot. So here's the question. If the past wasn't extraordinary when it happened, why does it feel so powerful now? Most people assume it means they lost something, that life used to be better, simpler, more meaningful. But what if that pull isn't about the past at all? What if it's about how your brain is processing the present? Today, we're breaking down the psychology and neuroscience behind nostalgia, why it happens, and when it becomes dangerous. Part 1. The brain's time machine. That sentimental ache you feel isn't just emotion, it's a neurological event. When something triggers nostalgia, a song, a scent, an old neighborhood, your brain activates multiple systems at once. First, the hippocampus retrieves the memory. Think of it as your brain's librarian, pulling a file from storage. Then the amygdala steps in. This is your emotional command center. It adds feeling to the memory, joy, longing, warmth. At the same time, your prefrontal cortex lights up the area responsible for reflection and identity. This is what connects the memory to your sense of self. And finally, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical, through its reward system, that warm, comforting sensation. That's chemistry. Nostalgia is literally your brain giving you a neurochemical hug. Part 2. The reminiscence bump. Psychologists have identified something called the reminiscence bump. It's the tendency for people, especially over 40, to have extremely vivid memories from ages 10 to 30. Why that period? Because that's when identity is formed. Your first friendships, first heartbreak, music that shaped your taste, experiences that defined your beliefs. Those years become the foundation of who you are. So when you hear a song from that time, it's not just music, it's identity activation. You're not remembering the song, you're remembering who you were. Part 3. The glitch in the code. But here's where things get interesting. The past you're missing isn't fully real. Memory is not a recording. It's a reconstruction. Every time you recall a memory, your brain rewrites it slightly. It's like a Wikipedia page that edits itself every time you visit it. And nostalgia. Nostalgia is a master editor. It smooths out the rough edges. It turns up the brightness. It reduces the noise. You remember laughing at the party, but forget the awkward argument afterward. You remember the freedom of summer vacation, but forget boredom. Your brain does this intentionally because its job isn't accuracy. Its job is emotional stability. It edits your past to help you feel connected, not crushed. That's why the past almost always feels sweeter than it actually was. Part 4. Why the glitch exists. So, if nostalgia distorts reality, why would evolution allow it? Because it serves a purpose. Nostalgia strengthens identity. Life is constant change. The person you are today is not the same person you were 5 or 10 years ago. Nostalgia stitches your different selves together. It creates a sense of continuity. It reminds you, I've survived before. I've grown before. I've felt joy before. It also reduces loneliness. When you feel isolated, Your brain replays memories of belonging, family gatherings, inside jokes, shared experiences, even if those people aren't present now. The emotional imprint still comforts you in this way. Nostalgia becomes psychological fuel. It helps you cope with uncertainty. Part 5. Cognitive energy and familiarity. There's another reason we lean into the past: mental energy conservation. Your brain is overwhelmed. It looks for shortcuts. Familiar experiences require less effort. That's why we rewatch old shows, replay the same songs, revisit familiar places. New experiences require processing, adaptation, vigilance. Old ones don't. They're predictable, and predictability calms the nervous system. That's why nostalgia intensifies during stressful periods. When life feels chaotic, your brain seeks environments it already understands. The past feels safe because nothing can go wrong there anymore. You already know the ending. Part 6. The dark side. The nostalgia trap. But nostalgia isn't always harmless. If used too often as an escape, it becomes a trap. When the past becomes idealized, the present automatically feels inferior, and that comparison can be dangerous. You start believing, my best days are behind me. I'll never feel that happy again. That mindset can fuel stagnation. Instead of building new memories, you try to relive old ones. Instead of growing, you chase recreation. It can also create a depressive cycle. You feel low, gives you retreat into nostalgia. The present feels worse in comparison, gives you retreat further. This turns into rumination, an unhealthy fixation on what's gone. And that's when nostalgia stops being a bridge and becomes a cage. Part 7. The healthy balancer. What's the solution? Balance. Nostalgia is healthy when it connects your past to your future. It becomes unhealthy when you try to live there permanently. The goal isn't to erase nostalgia, it's to use it. Let it remind you of your strengths. Let it remind you of connection. Let it remind you that good moments are possible. Then build new ones. Because here's the truth. One day, you will look back on this exact phase of your life, even the messy parts, and call it the good old days. The moment you're living right now is someone's future nostalgia, maybe even your own. So tell us, what triggers nostalgia for you? A song, a scent, a place? Share your thoughts below. If this video resonated with you, like and share it with someone who might relate. And if you enjoy deep dives into psychology and human behavior, subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.